Now to the rampant gun violence across the United States.
3 mass shootings have occurred just in the state of California in the span of 3 days. 7 people died in a mass shooting in the Northern California city of Half Moon Bay yesterday. That's about 30 miles south of San Francisco. Another person was critically wounded in that attack. Police arrested a 67-year-old suspect. They say that they are still trying to determine a motive, but that they believe that all of their evidence is currently pointing at workplace violence.
And also yesterday, 1 person died and 7 others were injured in a shooting in Oakland at a gas station. Only 2 days earlier, a separate attack took place in Monterey Park, where at least 11 people died and 9 more were injured. The Gun Violence Archive reports that 7 mass shootings have occurred in the United States just since Saturday. And the total number of mass shootings in the U.S. currently surpasses the number of days in the year. That's 39 attacks so far since the start of 2023.
Joining us now is CBS News correspondent Kris Van Cleave. Kris, what do we know so far about what occurred in Half Moon Bay yesterday? And are authorities investigating the possibility that this was potentially a copycat following the Monterey Park shooting?
Well, it's certainly something investigators will look at as to what inspired this 67-year-old man to go on a shooting spree at 2 different farms, one a mushroom farm in the Half Moon Bay area outside of San Francisco. They're less than 24 hours into that investigation, so motive will be something they'll determine. The suspect was arrested out in front of a sheriff's substation, so this is a suspect that can be questioned by authorities, unlike here in Monterey Park, where the man believed to be responsible for the 11 deaths here took his own life. So we'll get more information about the motive potentially in this case. From what we understand, they believe he may have worked at one of the 2 farms and that the dead consist of other farm workers.
This is so unfortunate. Kris, as you said, it's very early in the investigation, but we've already seen surveillance video of the man who disarmed, or should I say the hero, who disarmed the suspect in Monterey Park. What else are we learning about him? And, you said no motive, but about the investigation overall.
Yeah. So Brandon Say is in his 20s. He's the son of the owner of that dance hall. His sister described him as always being somebody who steps up, and that's exactly what he did. He engaged a man with a gun and wrestled the gun away from him. That Sheriff Robert Luna here in L.A. County believes meant saved lives. The shooter showed up to that dance hall about 3 miles from here, 17 minutes after the first shooting, intent to commit more violence. And it was stopped by the actions of a bystander who put himself between the gunman and potential other victims. As for the investigation, we're learning new details. Certainly, it appears that the suspect was manufacturing his own weapons or weapon parts at his home. We know that he fired 42 rounds here at this dance club. 11 people lost their lives. We know that several remain hospitalized. A woman in her 70s was released from a hospital yesterday. That's a bit of good news. But the whys, while we may get a better sense as to what set him off, it's unlikely that it's going to, bring any sense to why so many people were shot, so many lives were lost. Investigators are working under the theory that there was someone inside this dance hall that the suspect came here to find. We know that they are looking into possibilities that a domestic dispute or some kind of jealousy was a contributing factor. But and we know that he had some ties over time to this dance hall here in Monterey Park. But as the sheriff asked early on into this, who shoots 20 people and what can be the justification for that? Whatever they find out isn't going to be satisfactory.
I think that's such a good point, Kris, because we're looking for a motive as though it's going to answer our questions, and there's no answer for why you would shoot 20 people. On that front, our colleague Norah O'Donnell was speaking with California Governor Gavin Newsom yesterday, and he said that the gun violence is, quote, infuriating. He also emphasized the role of behavioral health in incidences like these. I want to play that for our audience.
I'm really proud of the work we've done in this space, but we've had decades of neglect in this space. But respectfully, I will submit that regardless of the challenges as it relates to behavioral health, there's not a country in the world that doesn't experience behavioral health issues.
So, Kris, we have all covered these types of tragedies too many times in our career. The obvious question is one that I'm afraid you're not going to have a good answer to, but it is what can be done in response to all of these shootings?
Well, there's certainly a call from Democrats in Congress to tighten gun laws, but California has some of the strictest gun laws in the country. The sheriff here in LA County said that, this is something that California has to continue to look at, and it is hard to divorce mental health, behavioral health from some of the violence that we have been seeing across this country. And certainly here, that's one of the questions that investigators are looking into. Was there a mental health aspect? And that's something that, you can't, even if there was a will to change gun laws in the U.S., which legislatively there is not, you can't law make your way out of some of these incidents of violence.
Yeah. Well, Kris Van Cleave, this is a debate that will go on and on and on. Thank you so much for your reporting.